What's up, everybody? This is Greg, and today we're breaking sound in the Lion's Den Mastering Studio. Big plug-in overview today. Acustica Audio has done it again with their new headphone correction plugin software, which is called Sienna Studios. Now, Sienna Studios, it's sweet. I like it. I've used a couple different other headphone reference or headphone EQ curve to kind of correct the curve in your headphones. And hands down, so far, I'm liking this one the best. Sienna.studio is their website. Now they have 2 volumes right now, and I believe that they're adding more volumes. They have Volume A and Volume B. Volume A is the standard version. It comes with the headphone correction software, and then it comes with a couple studio presets. Volume B comes with 9 monitor setups in 6 different studios from around the world. It's really, really good. And what you want to do when you do look into this software or this plugin is make sure that you do demo it. You always want to demo plugins before you buy it. Make sure it works for you. Another thing, you want to make sure that your headphone is on this list. If your headphone is not on this list, then this plugin's not going to work for you. But I've got news for you. I know Acustica Audio is updating this list constantly, and you can see all the different headphones that they have on here, from Focal all the way down to Head, Hi-Fi Man, Kenwood Mackie, the list goes on. My Sennheisers are on here. It's a long list, so just double check, make sure your stuff's on there. Now, let's dive into this plugin and check it out. So, I've got a mix here from a client. If I want to listen to what Sienna's doing, I want to always make sure, that I'm putting it at the very end of my master chain. Now, the other piece of advice, and one thing you want to make sure and do is when you're exporting your mix, make sure you turn it off. So you always want to put it at the end of your chain, behind all your analyzers, behind everything, and then make sure you turn it off when you're exporting or when you switch back to monitors. So let's dive in. The very first portion we have here is Sienna reference. So just an overview of this plugin. You have a box here where you can select your headphones. So I have my Sennheiser 600s, which are right here. These headphones were $300. They're decent. I've had other headphones that were superior that sound far better, but they're decent, and I don't ever mix in them, to be honest. I like listening to my treated room, but this has made me want to listen in headphones as well, or just reference. So we've got the headphone list. We've got the dry wet knob. We've got the magic cue and the output. The dry wet, similar to like a dry wet, like on a compressor. It's just basically your wet is the full version of the cue for your headphones, and then, or the curve for your headphones, and then the dry is almost like it's bypassing the curve. Now, the magic cue is kind of like this like precision knob where it just kind of it even gets more precise on your headphones curve. So very useful. I leave it at default. But if you want to crank it up or crank it down, you can. And then let's jump over to the Sienna Rooms. So Sienna Rooms is the next plugin. Again, we have our headphone list. So I'll do Sennheiser 600s. And then we have our input trim, our depth, which is like our dry wet, and our output. We also have this perfection, which will come in handy here as kind of shows you how perfect the listening environment is versus, imperfection. And right here we have a list of the rooms. So we have volume A, and then we have volume B. So volume A empty is just a disabled room. You switch over to volume, or to select a room, and you can pull up different styles of room. We've got the Acustica studio room. And they give you a couple different options to listen to the monitors on different their different monitor setups. Okay, and then we have over here maybe like volume B, the Spitfire room, which I really like, with Stereo 800. This is a mastering room. When I'm listening in headphones, it's a pretty phenomenal experience. I'm not gonna lie. It's not that it's like sounds exactly like my treated room or anything, but I do get, a very nice balance in my Sennheiser 600s that when no type of EQ curve is being put on them, just doesn't sound nearly as good. So you've got your different selections of room. You can run through all these and check them out. And then you have different presets in case you want to, add a preset and flip through different rooms to check your mix out instead of having to go down here and select each room individually. So then we move on to Sienna Guru. Sienna Guru is the same thing as room, except for it's got a couple additional buttons on here. So we'll select our headphones from Sennheiser 600s and select a room we want. I'm going to maybe do phono print, and we'll go with the Regal. Now we have the input, we have the output, and we have the translation. If I disable the room, it simply bypasses the room, turn it back on, and the room comes back. So I can kind of bypass the room to just my headphone curve. Then we have this Guru button. Now the Guru button, when you push it on, it lists up a bunch of different knobs that little tinkering around, you can set up some really cool presets. So we have the pan, the left to right. Okay, we've got the distance, which is the width. Now, you want to think of this as like if my monitors are in front of me. So if I've turned this up, what it's doing is it's kind of pushing me back, or it's making the monitors wider. So we want to kind of think of like a triangle that's in front of us, like a perfect triangle. And if I turn it up, it's going to make the image wider. It's just going to push it out a little bit. If I turn it down, brings my speakers more in, a little bit more centered. You can find a really cool sweet spot. We have speaker, and then we have binaural plus. We have disable room gain. So if you disable the room and you need to, match back up with what the room was putting off as far as the output level, we can simply just, up or down, kind of like gain stage it. And then we have the depth knob. So then we have the classic pan. Now this, I believe what they're saying with this is it's like a rotation. We're going to rotate our ears or our head, kind of if we were in the studio. It's going to give you the ability to listen to, the studio that you're listening to, like if you were moving your head left to right. We have a room and room focus. This kind of just helps bring up the ambience in the room, or kind of gets rid of it. Very, very cool plugin. And then up again, we have the perfection knob. I really, really like what they did with this plugin. It's got a bunch of different options. I like that you can use presets. In fact, I haven't heard as many options as this on any other referencing software. So it allows you to kind of flip through and see what you really like. And, if you're mixing strictly in headphones, this can be a huge benefit because you'll get a nice curve. And then you also get to listen to what it kind of sounds like, being at a studio. Get that perception that you're actually in the studio. They've nailed it. They've done a really, really good job. So the other part with this plugin is it is great if you're mixing on your studio monitors and then you want to just turn back and reference a client's mix or your mix in some headphones and on different systems and see how it translates, on different setups. So a very super, super cool plugin. And remember, you can get this plugin at sienna.studio. So make sure that you check it out. Well done, Acustica Audio. Looking forward to hearing more stuff. Thank you. Have a great day.